Hello and welcome to our English podcast. Great that you are here again today. Today we talk about a point many learners see as the biggest gap between understanding and speaking. First, I want to ask you an honest question. How many hours have you already studied English? How many videos have you watched? How many words do you know?
Many. I have studied a lot. I also understand quite a bit.
Exactly. And now comes the most important question. If you suddenly must speak, what happens then?
Then it gets hard. My head becomes blank. I do not know what to say.
Exactly. And this happens not only to you. It happens to many people. Here is a truth no one may have told you so clearly. Your problem is not your head. Your problem is your mouth.
That sounds a bit strange, but also logical.
Yes, it sounds tough, but it is important to understand. You have trained your brain. You have learned, understood, listened. But you have not trained your mouth. Your mouth is not used to speaking English. Your tongue, your lips, your jaw are used to your native language.
Yes, it really feels like that.
Imagine it like sport. You can know everything about training. You can read books, watch videos, make plans. But if you never train, nothing happens. That is exactly what happens with speaking. You know a lot, but your mouth is not ready.
That is why I freeze.
Exactly. Your mouth is slow, unsure, untrained, and that is why English feels hard when you speak. But the good news is, you can change that, and it is much easier than you think. You do not need complex rules. You do not need perfect English. You only need regular speaking.
So really use the mouth.
Exactly. English is not only thinking, English is movement, sound, rhythm. And that is what we do today. We train your mouth. We make it ready to really speak English.
That sounds exciting.
Very good. And before we start, one short thing. We have written our first book. It is about funny stories from everyday life in Britain, situations you surely know or will soon experience yourself. Just like in the podcast, the book shows how people really speak. Not perfect, but natural. With real reactions, real talks, and typical situations. A purchase supports this podcast a lot and helps us make more content like this. Thank you very much for that. And now we start. Today is not only about understanding English. Today is about training your mouth so you can really speak.
I am ready.
Very good. Then let us move to the first chapter. Good, then let's start with the first chapter. And I tell you something important right away. Many think their problem is grammar or vocabulary, but that is usually not true. The real problem is that your mouth does not know how to speak English.
So really the mouth, not the head.
Exactly. Your head often knows enough. You understand a lot. You know many words. But your mouth is not trained. I want to give you a picture so you understand better. Imagine you read 100 books about sport. You know exactly how to train. You know every movement. You can explain everything. But you never train yourself.
Then the knowledge does nothing for me.
Exactly. Your body stays weak. And it is the same with speaking. Your speaking muscles are not trained. Your tongue, your lips, and your jaw are used to your native language. They know the movements, the rhythm, and the sound of your language.
And English is different.
Exactly. English has different movements, different sounds, different rhythm. And your mouth does not know them yet. That is why a typical thing happens. You want to speak. You know what you want to say, but your mouth is too slow.
Yes, I often have this feeling.
Your head is faster than your mouth, and then this block appears. You think, my English is bad. But that is not true. Your training is wrong.
That is a big difference.
Exactly. You have trained your head. You have read, listened, learned, but you have not trained your mouth. And that is the reason why so many say, I understand everything, but I cannot speak.
Yes, I have said that often too.
And now you know why. Speaking is not only thinking. Speaking is movement. Your mouth must learn how English feels, how the words move, how they flow.
I never saw it like that.
And that is exactly why your English may sound slow or unsure, not because you know nothing, but because your mouth is not trained. I give you a small example. Say slowly once, I speak English.
I speak English.
Good. Now say it again, a bit faster.
I speak English.
One more time.
I speak English.
Very good. Do you notice something?
Yes, it gets easier and more fluent.
Exactly. That is training. Your mouth learns through repetition, not through thinking. And now comes a very important point. Many practice only in the head. They read, listen, watch videos, but they do not speak aloud.
Yes, I do that often too.
That is the biggest mistake. Your mouth needs movement. Without movement, there is no change. Imagine you want to learn piano. You cannot only watch videos. You must play.
Yes, that is logical.
And it is the same with speaking. You must use your mouth. And now another important thing. At the beginning, it always feels strange. Your voice sounds foreign. Your pronunciation feels unusual.
Yes, I know that very well.
And many stop exactly here. They think it sounds strange, so it is wrong. But the opposite is true. If it feels strange, you are learning something new.
That is a good sign.
Exactly. Your mouth leaves its comfort zone, and exactly there progress happens. I give you another example from daily life. Imagine you want to say, I have a lot to do today.
Okay.
Many learners say it slowly and separate. I have a lot to do today. That sounds correct, but not natural. A native speaker says, I've got a lot to do today.
That is much more fluent.
Exactly. The words connect, a flow appears, and your mouth must learn exactly this flow. And that happens only through repetition, again and again, loud.
So not only say it once.
Exactly. Many times. Your mouth needs time to adjust. And one more important point. You do not need perfect sentences. It is not about perfection, it is about movement.
So simply speak, even if it is not perfect.
Exactly. Your goal is not to speak perfectly. Your goal is to train your mouth. When your mouth becomes faster, when your moves become more natural, the language comes automatically.
That really takes the pressure away from me.
Very good. And that is the most important thought from this chapter. Your problem is not knowledge. Your problem is missing training. If you train your mouth, your English changes.
That motivates me a lot.
Very good. Then you are ready for the next step. In the next chapter, I show you a simple daily exercise to train your mouth. Good. Now we move to the next chapter. Now it gets concrete. I will show you a simple exercise you can do every day. It takes only a few minutes, but it will change your speaking.
Only a few minutes. That sounds doable.
Exactly. Many think they need a lot of time, but that is not true. It is not about time. It is about how you practice. Your goal is not to know everything. Your goal is to train your mouth. A little bit, every day.
So like a small daily workout.
Exactly. Imagine you go to the gym for 5 minutes each day. That sounds little, but if you do it daily, you get stronger.
Yes, that is true.
And it is the same with your mouth. You need only a few minutes, but you must use them well. We will do it now together. You can speak along at once.
Okay, I am ready.
The first step is very easy. You prepare your mouth. You move your lips, your tongue, your jaw. Open your mouth. Close it again. Move your lips. Stretch your tongue a little.
That feels a bit strange.
That is normal. Your mouth wakes up. It gets ready for English. Now comes the second step. You take a very simple sentence. For example, I am learning to speak English.
I am learning to speak English.
Very good. Now say the sentence again.
I am learning to speak English.
Again, a bit faster.
I am learning to speak English.
Very good. You notice your mouth is already more fluid.
Yes, it gets easier.
Exactly. And now comes an important point. You do not say the sentence only once. You repeat it many times. Repetition is the key. Your mouth learns through repetition.
So say it again and again.
Exactly. And now we make it a bit more interesting. You change the speed. Say the sentence slowly.
I am learning to speak English.
Now normal.
I am learning to speak English.
Now faster.
I am learning to speak English.
Very good. This is exactly how you train your mouth. And now comes the next step. You hear a sentence and you say it right after. For example, I have a lot to do today.
I have a lot to do today.
Very good. It is important that you do not think long. You react at once.
So speak immediately.
Exactly. This trains your reaction. Your mouth becomes faster. I give you another example. Say, I am going home now.
I am going home now.
Very good. One more time.
I am going home now.
Perfect. And now comes the last step. You take one sentence and say it several times in a row. For example, I am getting better.
I am getting better.
Again.
I am getting better.
One more time.
I am getting better.
Very good. Your mouth gets used to the sentence. And now imagine you do this every day, only a few minutes, again and again.
Then it becomes easier automatically.
Exactly. Your mouth gets faster. Your speech becomes smoother. And the most important thing, you gain more confidence.
I feel that this really works.
Exactly, and that is the difference. You do not only learn English, you train your speaking, and you can do it everywhere. At home, in the car, while walking.
That is very practical.
Good, let's go one step further now. Things get a bit more exciting. It is not only about feeling, but also real research.
Research. So real science.
Exactly. There are studies in linguistics and phonetics. Phonetics is the science of sounds. Scientists looked closely at how our mouth makes speech. And these studies show something very important. Different languages use the mouth in different ways.
So physically different.
Exactly. Your tongue, lips, and jaw move differently in each language. That is not a feeling, it is measurable. Researchers used cameras and sensors to study the tongue. They measured how far it goes forward when it touches the roof, and its speed.
That is interesting.
They saw that speakers of different languages have very different movement patterns. For example, some languages use the tongue more in front. Others use more of the back part. Some languages sound softer, others harder.
And English?
English is a mix. It has clear, precise sounds. Some sounds need extra air pressure, and words link together. That means your mouth must learn new movements.
So really like new training.
Exactly. Imagine you learn a new dance. Your body does not know the moves yet. At first it feels strange,
Yes, that fits well.
and that is what happens with your mouth. The studies also show that our brain and mouth work together. When you learn a new language, the brain must plan new moves, and the mouth must perform them.
And if the mouth cannot,
Then the typical problem comes. You know what you want to say, but your mouth cannot follow. The researchers are clear. Fluent speech comes not only from knowledge, it comes from automated movements.
automated means without thinking.
Exactly. Your mouth makes the movement automatically, just like in your first language. You reach that only through repetition.
So more training again.
Exactly. Speak again and again. Repeat the same moves. The studies also show that people get fluent faster when they speak actively and not only listen.
So not only watch videos.
Exactly. Listening is good, but speaking changes your mouth. There are even studies that show muscle activity in the mouth changes when you speak often.
So really like muscle training.
Exactly. Your speaking muscles become faster, stronger, and more precise. And one more important thing. The studies show that mistakes are not a problem.
Really?
Yes, mistakes are even important, because through mistakes your mouth learns new movements. If you stay only in the head, nothing happens.
That removes a lot of pressure.
Exactly. Your goal is not perfect speech. Your goal is movement, repetition, and feeling. I give you a small example. Say, I am going now.
I am going now.
Once more.
I am going now.
Again a bit faster.
I am going now.
Very good. That is it. Your mouth learns through repetition. And if you do this every day, your speaking changes.
I feel it makes sense.
Very good. And that is the most important insight from this chapter. Language is not only knowledge. Language is movement in the body. If you train your mouth, your English gets better automatically.
That motivates me a lot.
Very good. Then you are ready for the next step. In the next chapter, I will show you how to sound more natural and not like a robot. Good, now we move to the next chapter. Now we talk about how you can sound more natural. Many learners speak correctly, but it still sounds unlike real English.
Yes, I have heard that often. People understand everything, but it still sounds a bit strange.
Exactly. And that is often not because of grammar, it is because of how the words are spoken. Many speak word by word, very separate, very clean, like in the textbook.
Yes, that is how I learned it.
And that is fine at first, but in real life people speak differently. They speak in a flow. The words connect, they become shorter, they sound like a little melody.
Like music.
Exactly. Very good. Language has rhythm. I will give you an example. Many learners say, I am going home now. Very clean, word for word. A native speaker often says, I'm going home now.
Yes, that sounds much more natural.
Exactly. Words change a little. They get shorter. They connect. Another example, many say, "Did you do that?" A native often says, "Do you do it?"
Do you do it?
Very good. One more example. "I don't know."
I don't know.
A native often sounds like, "Dunno."
Dunno.
Very good. Do you hear the difference?
Yes, it sounds much more fluent.
Exactly. And that is the key. Natural speech means flowing speech. You no longer think about each single word. You think in small groups.
So, several words together.
Exactly. I give you an example. Say, "What are you doing?"
What are you doing?
Now faster and linked.
What you doing?
Very good. Even more natural.
What you doing?
Perfect. Many speak exactly like that. And now comes an important point. You must practice this. Not only listen, really speak.
So, training again.
Exactly. Again and again. Your mouth must learn this rhythm. We will do a small exercise. Everyone speak out loud. Say, "I'm going now."
I'm going now.
Once more.
I'm going now.
Now faster.
I'm going now.
Very good. One more example. Say, "Let me know."
Let me know.
Now in a flow.
Let me know.
Perfect. Just like that. Now we do something else. Say the sentence like a tiny song. Say, "I'm going now. I'm going now. I'm going now."
I'm going now. I'm going now. I'm going now.
Very good. That helps your rhythm. Language is not only correct, language is movement and music.
That is fun.
Exactly. And that is important. When it is fun, you learn faster. And now one more point. You do not need to sound perfect. Your accent is okay.
That calms me.
Your goal is not perfect. Your goal is fluent. If you speak fluently, people say, "Your English is good."
Even if I make mistakes.
Exactly. Mistakes are fine, but the flow is important. I give you one more daily example. Someone asks you, "Do you have time?"
Do you have time?
Naturally, it often sounds like, "Do you have time?"
Do you have time?
Very good. And now you answer, "I don't have time."
I don't have time.
Perfect. That already sounds very natural. And that is the goal. Do not speak like a book, speak like a person.
I feel I get more relaxed.
Exactly. And that is the main point. When your mouth is trained and you feel the rhythm, your English becomes natural automatically.
That really motivates me.
Good, we are now at the end of this episode. Let's quickly sum up what was really important today. Today you learned something many overlook. Speaking is not only in the head, speaking is in the mouth.
Yes, that changed everything for me.
You saw that your problem is often not your knowledge. You understand a lot, you know many words, but your mouth is not trained. And that is exactly why you feel unsure when you want to speak.
Yes, it was the same for me.
Then we talked about how your mouth is like a muscle. If you do not train it, it stays weak. If you train it, it gets stronger. And this training must be loud. Not only in the head, not only reading, really speaking.
That is a big difference.
Exactly. Then you learned a simple exercise, a few minutes each day. Repeat sentences, play with speed, speak aloud. Not perfect, but regular.
That feels doable.
Very good. Then we saw that language also has rhythm. Words link together. They flow. They sound like a small melody. And if you train this rhythm, you sound more natural automatically.
Yes, I noticed that.
And the most important thing, you don't need a perfect accent. You don't need a perfect sentence. You need movement, repetition, and courage. Your goal is not perfect. Your goal is fluent.
That motivates me a lot.
Very good. And now comes your task, for you and for everyone listening.
Okay, I am ready.
Take 5 minutes today, only 5 minutes. Choose 3 simple sentences. For example, I speak English. I have time today. I am going now. And then say them aloud, many times. Play with the speed. Make them faster. Link the words.
So really train.
Exactly. And if you want, record yourself. Listen to your voice. You will notice the difference. And now one more thing for all listeners. Write to us in the comments. Simply say, I train my mouth every day.
That is a good statement.
Exactly. And if you want, also write one sentence you practiced today. That way we see you are really doing it.
That motivates.
Exactly. Learning happens by doing, not by watching. And maybe you read other comments and get new ideas.
Yes, that helps a lot.
Very good. Then I thank you for joining today. Remember, your mouth is ready, your voice is waiting. You just need to use it.
Thank you, Peter. That was really motivating.
You are very welcome, and we will hear each other next time.
See you next time.
Goodbye.